Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Self-Knowledge class. My name is Lukas Kurowski, and I'm your professor for this class. You can also call me Luke, but make sure that in your emails, yes, you can address me either way, Lukas or Luke, and make sure when you write your emails to me, you include your name, your last name clearly, and your student number, and then the content of the message. And this way, it's going to be easy for me to identify you and then deal with your question. Okay, so again, welcome. And I'm looking forward to working with you, studying with you, teaching you and learning with you. And in this short video, I will introduce the course to you and tell you what is coming up in the upcoming weeks. Okay, so I think the easiest way is to share my screen with you. Okay, so as you know, this is an interdisciplinary course. So we will look at the main focus of the course is on the self and consciousness. And so in order to do that, we will look at neurological literature. We will look at neuroscientific literature, psychological, and philosophical. The primary literature or the target literature for this course is, as I have stated in my introductory message to you, is Neurophilosophy and the Healthy Mind, Learning from the Animal Brain by Georg Northoff, who is a psychiatrist and a philosopher working at the University of Ottawa and a few other centers around the world. So I have chosen this literature because it focuses on clinical studies, empirical literature from neurology, neuroscience, and psychology. But it also is clearly written, and it is carefully argued. So I think considering our purpose here, this is one of the best, if not the best literature we could be studying. Okay, so considering that we will look at neurological and neuroscientific studies, we will also look at clinical cases that have to do with brain damage, cases that have to do with depression, schizophrenia, depersonalization, and many other neurological and psychiatric conditions, from which we will learn about the self and consciousness. So we will learn about what happens to the self when it breaks down from clinical cases, what it means for a healthy mind, and what it means also for nursing, for you looking forward, not only professionally, but also personally. Okay. So considering that we are not in class, unfortunately, I have constructed discussion boards for you. So for example, week 1, January 10th to the 16th. So when you look at the headings of each module for each week, you will see NP, and that stands for neurophilosophy. It refers to the main literature. So again, the main literature, let me just go back to the introductory message to you. I have posted a link here for you to purchase the book. And so you can buy your book here or make other arrangements, but pick up the book as soon as possible, because once you pick up the book, you can start reading it and you can start participating in discussion boards. And we will do discussion boards pretty much every week, except the test weeks. And each discussion board is worth 2.5%. So we will do 10 discussion boards, and so that's 25%. So that is quite a bit. That is a big chunk of your final grade. So for example, for week 1, you can see January 10th to the 16th. NP again stands for neurophilosophy, the primary literature for this course. And the first chapter deals with loss of consciousness. So here are the page numbers, chapter 1 or page numbers, whichever, and you also have a discussion board that has been set up for you. It will close on January 16th. And the discussion board works like this. You basically post a short reflection based on your readings, anywhere between 150 to 200 words, where you just construct a reflection on anything that you find captivating, interesting, anything that resonates with you. And then at the end of your reflection, you write at least one question for everyone else to answer. You can pose 2 questions, but at least one question that logically refers to your reflection. And then once you do that, you will respond to two postings from your classmates. So to at least 2 postings from your classmates. And all of this work is worth 2.5% per week. Times 10 weeks, that's 25%. So I will read your discussion boards on a weekly basis and grade them. So make sure that they are grammatical, logical, and make references to the primary literature, and then on your responses to your classmates. And from my experience, I have teaching this course over the last few years, I have noticed that this works quite well because it keeps you on your toes. You read the literature on a regular basis, and you get to engage with your classmates. So this is basically the drill for every week. And the other thing that I should mention is that I want you to get on these discussion boards as soon as possible. So read your literature as soon as possible and then post. Because if you leave it until the end of the week, for example, January 16th, on Sunday, then that will give you very little time to respond to your classmates, and also very little time to have your classmates respond to you. So please get on this as soon as possible. Try to post, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the latest, and so that others can read your posting and respond to you, and so that you can do the same in turn. Okay, so that's basically about the literature and the discussion boards. So as you can see, the modules are entitled according to the chapters in the book. So loss of consciousness, the self, 5 kinds of self-knowledge. We will read an article that is not part of the book, but the topic is of course related. And then we will go into a different book, a different book from Feinberg on anosognosia and asomatognosia. And then after that, we will come back to the book. We will look at pathologies such as depression, emotional pathologies, depersonalization, schizophrenia, sense of identity, and a few other ones such as depersonalization. So that is basically what the course looks like. It again centers on the concept and the problem of self in neurology, neuroscience, psychology, and philosophy. And not only on the self, but also consciousness, because self and consciousness are intimately connected, although they are not identical, as you will see. Now, the other problem that runs central through the book is the mind-body problem. Now, this is an old problem that we have in the sciences and psychological sciences, inherited from philosophy. So originally, the mind-body problem is, again, a philosophical problem. It's a metaphysical problem because it tries to tackle or crack the problem of how to relate mental states or consciousness or a sense of self to bodily states. So, what is the connection basically between mind and body, or between mind and brain / body? Is the connection rooted in some sort of physical reality? Is it biological reality, chemical reality, electrical reality, all of the above? Or is there something else? Is the mind some kind of different substance from typical physical substances or things that we study and encounter and experience on a daily basis? So it is alive and active field of investigation, not only in philosophy but also in neuroscience and neurology, because it has direct relevance for clinical studies such as coma, vegetative state, minimally conscious state patients who have lost consciousness either altogether or partially. And the difficulty is to understand exactly what happens in the brain when vegetative state or comatose state sets in, and how to help such patients moving forward. So what kind of therapies should be implemented or in order to help patients recover from vegetative state or comatose states? As you will see, some cases or majority of the cases do not recover. That is, people do not recover from such debilitating states as vegetative state or comatose state. And we also do not understand very well what is the connection between specific brain mechanisms or brain parts in relationship to vegetative state and comatose states or minimally conscious states. So that is basically what you will look at in chapter 1. And as you read through chapter 1, I want you to basically pick up on anything that resonates with you. You find, again, interesting, intriguing, captivating, anything that maybe relates to your everyday life or maybe some of your experiences, something that you did not know from the literature, but now you find very interesting, and then comment on it. You should write, basically what I mean is you should write your reflection on whatever that is. Okay, so that's basically how we will move through the course week by week. So you cover the literature, you participate in discussion boards. I will then read and evaluate discussion boards, comment, and post weekly videos for you in relationship to your discussion boards and in relationship to the literature. There's also going to be a research paper, and so that is under research paper module here. I want you to go over this. I will be updating the topics as well. I have some topics here that I've included from the fall, and some of them will stay the same, but some will be changed. Course evaluations, that is pretty straightforward. Again, discussion boards, 25%, midterm 25%, research essay 25%, and 25% for the final test. And you also have a weekly schedule. So we have weekly schedule. In HTML here, but you also have a Word document that you can download. So that's basically it. I really hope that you will find this course interesting, practical, again, from professional perspective, as you are in medical sciences and studying in medical sciences, that is, and also in your personal life, that it will be relevant for you in your personal life, because you will be learning about the self and consciousness, and that is something that is quite intimate and present and intimate to us on a regular basis. Okay, so that is it from me for the time being. Again, welcome to the course. I look forward to working with you. I regret that I can't see you in class, but it is what it is right now, and we have to deal with it. But I will interact with you online, and if you need to speak with me on individual basis, we can basically set up Zoom appointments. But apart from apart from that, we won't be meeting in a synchronous manner online. We will basically communicate through email, eCentennial, and you will also have access to my videos. So again, welcome, and I wish you all the best. And that is all from my end for the moment. Thank you.